Fantastic Four. Why? So if you don't know, basically Fantastic Four is a new upcoming MCU movie that everybody's excited for. And I am too. But now I'm not anymore. So recently Marvel, or Hollywood basically, released a kind of press release that the new voice actor for the Fantastic Four will be Ralph Ineson, who voices Sid in Final Fantasy 16. He also played in movies like The Witch. He has also appeared in The Green Knight, The First Omen, To Catch a Killer, Lord of Misrule, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and I believe Part 2, The Creator. He also played in the Guardians of the Galaxy. And the thing about it is I'm not upset that we are having him play Galactus, who is basically a very big, tall man who can eat planets. He's a literal planet destroyer. We have seen him multiple times in video games and in comics. He's a very perfect fit. He can voice and act the character well. Whenever I said that they should make a movie about Galactus being the main villain, I thought Jonathan Banks, who plays Mike Ehrmantraut from Breaking Bad.
We had a good thing, you stupid son of a bitch.
Though that is not the problem, and this is not why I'm making the video. I'm not upset of the casting. If anything, I think the casting is a very good one. My problem is Marvel's going through the same fucking problem again. And I'm really tired of it, because this is the second time we've seen this. Not even the second. The multitude of times of wasted potential. Now, let me say why missing potential, even though we haven't seen anything from the movie. Let's talk about it. In recent MCU movies, we have gotten characters like the Vulture for Spider-Man, or Mysterio for Spider-Man. You got these characters who are pretty down to earth. Obadiah Stane from the first Iron Man comes to mind. Now, the issue with Galactus and this upcoming Fantastic Four movie is that Marvel's not understanding what we really want. I'm not saying that we need a new big bad. Galactus can fit an entire MCU storyline pretty fucking well. He can have his own saga of movies. But the thing is, that's not what they're doing here. Rather, what they're doing is they're going to have Galactus in this one movie, and we might not see him again. Now, if you were to ask me who I would want in the MCU for a big bad villain for the Fantastic Four to go up against, especially if we don't know if this is the same Fantastic Four we got from Fox or a different Fantastic Four, I would always bring up that Doom would be the best one. Dr. Doom is a character who wants to take over the world, and that is not such a big universal threat that we have with characters like Kang. The MCU really likes to have these big bad villains, which I never understood. Why do you need these big bad villains all the time? I mean, for example, we had villains from phases 3 all the way up to now that had just been big planet-destroying gods and beings that are always a threat to not only just Earth, but the rest of the world. It gets really annoying every time seeing this random guy who just main gimmick is that he can take over the world if he wants to. We've seen Helena from Thor Ragnarok. We've seen villains like evil Scarlet Witch from Multiverse of Madness. We have been seeing this through and through, and I'm really getting sick of it. And Galactus is just another cut to the face, because every time we've been seeing these new villains, they have always been world-ending threats. And now that we know that Galactus will at least appear, at the very least maybe a cameo in this movie, it's already setting up some red flags. We don't know until the movie actually comes out, but casting a pretty big name like him, who've played very serious characters before, is a little bit kind of scary to think about. Because him being cast as Galactus, although yes, it's good that we have a actually good representation of Galactus, unlike whatever the fuck that was in Thor Ragnarok, Jesus Christ. The issue isn't the casting, as I stated previously. The issue is we don't need these big universal threats. If this is the Fantastic Four, Dr. Doom would work perfect for the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four aren't Guardians of the Galaxy. They're not fighting space creatures every day, trying to survive and make money. This isn't the Avengers who fight actual universal threats, and this isn't X-Men. This is the Fantastic Four. Only 4 people. You got Stretch, aka Mr. Fantastic. You got the Invisible Girl. I forgot her name. I don't know why I forget her name all the time. You got the Thing, which is the big rock guy, and then you have the Human Torch, I believe. And I know like that sounds like I don't care about them, because I don't, but take that for what you will. But you see these 4 guys, and I guess 3 guys and a girl. You see these 4, and they aren't big name superheroes. In the comics, they were always around the Avengers or X-Men, because those were way more important, because they can't deal with super gigantic threats. Galactus is a huge threat, and my issue isn't just, oh, they're going to have a big fight or whatever, and they're going to be out of characterly strong. My issue is that this is going to be another MODOK situation. But the difference is, unlike MODOK, who you can make jokes with, Galactus is a serious threat. Galactus is a planet destroyer and can do whatever he wants with the palm of his hand. He can eat planets if he wanted to. He's crazy strong. But instead, I feel like the MCU is just going to take Galactus and the perfect role that they already set up for him and make him a complete joke. And I don't want that. Rather, I would like if we got something better. Honestly, I would like it if Galactus was saved for later. Honestly, since Kang and the Secret Wars are both kinda cancelled, I think, why not start building up Galactus as the next big threat? Say all the kings got wiped out by Galactus because they all went to a planet thinking that they can inhabit it, only for Galactus just to destroy it, with all of them on. You can do that and have Galactus be the next threat that everybody has to worry about. But instead, we're just going to have him in the Fantastic Four, and we don't know if we're ever going to see him again. And that's my main issue there. It's not the casting, and it's not the fact that we're going to have this actor play Galactus, but it's the fact that we even know that Galactus will appear in the Fantastic Four movie, whether as the main villain, which I don't doubt he will be the main villain, or just a cameo, which I think isn't really the case. I feel like he is going to be the main villain, and if that's the case, I'm not watching this movie. Not because I think they'll betray Galactus wrong, but because I know he's going to be defeated in the end. This ain't a Thanos situation where you don't know what's going to happen because we were building up to him. We had no build-up of Galactus he just got casted. So, let me ask you guys. Would you rather a Fantastic Four movie to already have the stakes through the roof with Galactus, or would you rather have a movie that kind of built up the Fantastic Four and have them fight someone as small as Doctor Doom? While Doctor Doom is a big threat, he can easily be taken out by the Fantastic Four, and you don't really need the Avengers. But I want to know what you guys think. Thank you for listening. See you guys in my next video. Goodbye.